Hey everybody, you're listening to Second Round Steals as we go through our 2015-2016 NBA team previews. Be sure to check out the rest of our previews, and don't forget to stay tuned with us for regular updates throughout the season.
Hey, we're back with our NBA preview podcast for the 2015-2016 NBA season, and right now we're going to cover the other LA team, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Alright, so this team, as everyone probably does not remember, went 21-61 last year. Nobody knew their record. They just knew that they were bad. They missed the playoffs by a lot. Also, for this team, you got the key additions. Biggest one, they drafted D'Angelo Russell. I'm really looking forward to that one, Charles. I don't know about you.
Yeah, for sure.
They also got Roy Hibbert from the Pacers. Stole Brandon Bass from the Celtics. They also drafted Larry Nance. Funny stuff, they signed Meta World Peace back.
He is back.
He will not go away.
After a season in China?
Yeah, friend.
He was going to change his name to the Panda's Friend, but he's still Meta World Peace.
I don't like it. I want Panda's Friend. I was really looking forward to that. Also, they signed reigning Sixth Man of the Year, Lou Williams.
That's a pretty underrated signing, but whether he plays a lot on this team,
I don't think he's underrated. I feel like he's just not going to get so much burn on this team.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And another addition is they now have a full season of Julius Randle, who
definitely
broke his leg in the first game last year.
It's kind of a shame that he can't compete for Rookie of the Year or Rookie honors.
That's really weird.
Because he only played 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think Blake Griffin missed the whole year, and he won the Rookie of the Year the year he came back.
Yeah.
I guess they got to change that.
I think it's just because he played those 2 minutes, he can now just not be counted as a rookie. But I find that annoying.
Yeah.
So anyway, for their losses,
they lost Jeremy Lin. Linsanity is not coming back to the Staples Center. They lost Wayne Ellington, the shooter off the bench. They lost their starting front court in Jordan Hill and Ed Davis and Carlos Boozer. They also got rid of Wes Johnson, and they got rid of Ronnie Price, who was starting a couple of games for the Lakers last season. Thanks, Byron Scott.
Ronnie Price. I feel like that's just some fake name that he made up. He lived on the streets of Cali one day and was just like, what should I call myself?
You saw Bob Barker on TV. It's like, I want to be right.
So starting lineup for this team, super fun, really it is. Point guard is going to be D'Angelo Russell. If it's not, then Byron Scott really just needs to be fired from the NBA, not just from the Lakers. Shooting guard is going to be Jordan Clarkson. Small forward, Kobe Bryant, which could be really interesting to watch, actually, once he's fully healthy, if he stays fully healthy.
You have Kobe at the 3?
Yeah. Okay. Kobe, they're talking. Kobe's going to be playing the 3 because they want to develop Clarkson and Russell.
Mm-hmm. But Kobe's got to get his minutes.
This one's really weird to me. Byron Scott, in just typical Byron Scott fashion, has been saying that they're going to start Brandon Bass at power forward.
Who else would you have? Julius
Randle? Randle, this team's not doing it. They're not going to win. What are you doing?
I'm a big Ryan Kelly fan, but even I agree with Julius Randle starting at the 4.
You have a point guard rookie. Clarkson is only a sophomore, and he's your starting 2 guard. Kobe is not nearly what he used to be. Even if he goes back a little bit, I don't know if he's going to be as dominant as he was even, say, 2012, 2013. You know what I mean? I don't think there's much winning here, so why start Bass? But regardless, they're saying they're going to start Brandon Bass. And center, Roy Hibbert.
The resurgence.
Yeah. I think he could actually put up a good year here. There's no expectations on him for once, so we're expecting the worst from him. Maybe he'll do well.
He basically got kicked out of Indiana, so it's anywhere but it's only up for Roy Hibbert this season.
Yeah, I mean he was really smart not to opt out of that contract.
Yeah.
So, stat for this team.
So it's been 40 years since the Lakers missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. For the Lakers, that's a really long time. 2 years without even scraping by as an 8 seed.
Yeah.
40 years ago, I don't even think there was a 3-point line. it'll be really interesting to see like how the fans deal with this, and like even how Kobe deals with this, like in the twilight of his career. So I'm really not sure if this is Kobe's last season. He's saying it's going to be his last season, but if they have another like really poor season, he might come back.
No, I don't think he can if they're going to sign him to another contract like that.
Yeah.
My
What was your stat?
my stat is field goals attempted. This team, there's not enough ball for this team. You have Lou Williams, Jordan Clarkson, Kobe Bryant, Nick Young. There's no way that if you play all these guys, that Randall and Russell are going to get enough repetitions in order to grow as players. Also, really surprising, I feel like Nick Young was not talked about at all this offseason.
I mean, I think he's still engaged to Iggy Azalea.
I feel like he should be talked about more. But anyway, yeah, I really don't know what Byron Scott intends to do. He's also a terrible play caller, so there's that. But I don't see how he's gonna play Lou Williams, Nick Young, Kobe Bryant, Jordan Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell, and Julius Randle enough like that they can all share the ball.
Ryan Kelly needs some shots too.
Exactly, though. But no, I don't. That's why when you said it was an underrated signing of Lou Williams, it just doesn't make sense. They already have two chucking shooting guards in Nick Young and Kobe Bryant. Why?
I don't see like how that adds to their development. Nick Young's like he's almost a 10-year veteran, I believe.
Yeah, he's old. You think he's young because he just hasn't done anything in the league, but he's old. They're all I don't know. I really don't understand that. But yeah, so that's my stat. I really can't wait to see how many field goals are attempted by this team. Big picture, this season it's a loss. I mean, it should be a big improvement from last year, just because you now have somebody who can actually protect the rim, whether or not he can score on the other rim. You know, Roy Hibbert's still a good defender. His offensive game is zilch, but you don't need to have an offensive game when you have chuckers like the ones I just said.
Yeah, you can just get your offensive production from 1 and 2.
Yeah. You just need Roy Hibbert to stand there and block shots. He doesn't even have to go to the offensive side, I don't think. I think they should just leave him.
I think he's too slow at this point. Like, if you're going to have D'Angelo Russell, just race down the court, I don't think Hibbert will catch him. He's just, stay back.
No, I'm serious. I think he should just stand in the paint on his own side. Is there a 3-second violation if the ball's on the other side of the court? I don't know.
So.
I don't know. I feel that's what they should employ with Hibbert. Just take 4-on-5. Pretty much all of Nick Young's shots are 3-on-1 anyway, so why not?
Kobe is 5-on-1 shots, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with that, but I think this year is a lost year. They're just going to be locked in trying to get the best lottery pick possible.
Mm-hmm.
And just develop their young players. You know, you have a promising core with Russell, Randall, and Clarkson. If Clarkson can show what his rookie year wasn't just a fluke, like him putting up big stats on a bad team, if he can show he's still a consistent role player in a better system, that would be really cool to see. And that gives them a 3-man group for the future to build around.
Even Larry Nance has been pretty exciting.
Yeah, he was supposed to be somewhat of an unknown commodity when
I wasn't thinking he was going to be drafted last year. But
exactly.
He was the first-round pick, and so far in the preseason and the summer league, he's been pretty okay.
Yeah. There's no reason he shouldn't get any run because it's not like this team is trying to, go for a 1 seed. How about you? What do you see for this team this season?
So, like you were saying about the Lakers lottery pick, so their pick is owed to the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's protected 1-3.
Oh.
It was from the Steve Nash trade. So, I mean, if they're going to tank, they have to tank hard. They have to tank to get a 1-3 lottery pick if they want to keep it. If they don't do that, and Byron Scott really wants them to play hard every night, then that pick's going to the Sixers, whether it's a 4, 5, 6, or any kind of pick. I mean, like you were saying, they have to really have their guys develop. Whether it's Randall, who people have a lot of hope for, Russell, who has a lot of hype, and a lot of people, we're comparing to some of the great guards in the league.
Curry,
they have
Harden.
to develop. Yeah. And another thing to watch is if Byron Scott gets fired or not. This team is full of a lot of really important questions. Like, is Byron Scott getting fired? Is Meta World Peace really back? And how will D'Angelo Russell play? And I think that's the most important question for this team this year. They're definitely not making the playoffs, and they're definitely not going anywhere, especially with Kobe and wanting to play and not taking a step back.
Yeah.
You really want to see D'Angelo Russell develop, and see Julius Randle develop, and see Nick Young take some shots and get married.
Listen, I mean, I agree with all that, but I don't know about the Kobe thing, because he's earned the respect to not step back. It's kind of like Dirk with the Mavs. That's a lost cause also.
I mean, Dirk's still a productive player, but Kobe's just been hurt, though.
If you remember his last full year before he started with all this injury stuff, he was third in the league in scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, injuries have done a lot to it, and I don't know if that's just who Kobe is now with the injuries. But, he hasn't really gotten a chance to get back in his flow. When he's come back from injuries, he's tried to get right back into it, and I think he's a little too old to do that now. And you see that in a lot of turnovers. He had a huge turnover ratio in 2012, 2013. And then last year, obviously, he wasn't playing that well. I don't know. But I understand him not wanting to step back. And hopefully the small forward matchup, actually, that might be a better thing for him. He's
a little bit too slow to guard, like Klay Thompson, Brad Beal.
Yeah, but he's not too slow to guard like Joe Johnson, who's playing small forward now. Mm-hmm. Like people like that. I think he might fit well in small forward spot. He's also got a great post game that people forget about.
I think that's all his game now. It's just
it should be at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
So excitement.
I have him at a 4.5. They're the Lakers, and they're going to have a lot of drama around them. Whether that drama is real or deserved or not, we have yet to see. But having so many combustible parts in Kobe, Nick Young, Meta World Peace, and having Lou Williams, who's a rapper on the low, and having all these young guys, makes this team pretty intriguing. And people will always watch the Lakers because they're the Lakers, and there will always be something interesting and some drama happening, whether it's the coach or the players. The Lakers are going to be a team to watch, especially if it's Kobe's last season. And I'm really looking forward to see D'Angelo Russell play. He's been really hyped a lot, and if he lives up to it, maybe we'll see it this season or maybe next.
Yeah, I have very similar. I had a 5.0 for their excitement. Watching the development of 3 young players is really cool for me. Seeing D'Angelo Russell, I was part of the hype for him. I loved watching his highlight passes. Not even just his scoring, but his passes were incredible. Randall, obviously, I wanted to see him actually get to play rather than just that 2 minutes. Everything is in place for their future. Also, maybe if Kobe can, get back to where he was, that would be cool. But if he continues the decline that we've seen over the past few years, that would start pulling this grade down. Also, watching Young is kind of...
It's hilarious.
It's a hit and miss, because at one point I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to watch Nick Young take all of these shots. But at the same time, with Shaq acting a fool now, I kind of like watching Nick Young take layups that go over the backboard. Or, Nick Young TMZ videos where he's found at a club and talking about how he hits that, referring to Iggy Azalea's ass. Or
in the preseason game, he did the whip nene to celebrate a 3-pointer, so...
Yeah.
The 3-point celebration is like the NBA's touchdown dance, and I think him and J.R. Smith are the kings of that.
I don't know, Steph Curry is really getting up there.
Yeah.
The look away. Nick Young tried the look away. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph Curry did the high five his teammates and it went in, but Nick Young, it's almost the opposite. He's like a bizarro Stephen Curry.
Yeah, because he thinks he makes the shot and it just does not go in. But I mean, also, I don't know if you ever watched the video of him talking about when the dolphin tried to kill him.
No.
But you should look it up. Nick Young talking about his fear of dolphins. It is great. He says essentially that the dolphin wanted to kill him because it was hitting on Iggy. He's a character. So yeah, I have them at a 5. Nothing more than that though.
So will they have more than 5 wins this season?
I don't think they should. Really, especially with that pick only being 1-3, and you don't want to give it to the Sixers, least
Yeah.
of all the Sixers. By the way, can we just talk about masterminding a brilliant trade out of nowhere? Who was the executive that said, let me give Sam Hinkie a potential 4 pick?
Who was the guy that thought, oh, I'm going to give a top 1-3 protected pick to the Suns for Steve Nash at 38 years old? That was 3 years ago, and like they're still trying to figure out what's going to happen with that. I mean, I think the Suns, their rationale for it was they'd rather have someone like Brandon Knight instead of that top 3 pick, which could be hit or miss. But they might be regretting it.
I'm just talking about from the Lakers' perspective. This has got to suck. Like you're pretty much competing with the rebuilding teams because you can't compete for the title. So really, you're competing for getting draft picks, and the Sixers are gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're just gonna waste the picks too. They're just gonna draft 2 more centers. It's gonna be a shame.
Over under 25 wins.
Under.
Okay. Over under 20 wins.
I give them 20 wins at most.
Yeah, same.
I think this West is brutal. So no matter what they do, even if these rookies are essentially rookies rather are amazing and dazzle, they can't do more than that. Even with the addition of solid vets like Brandon Bass, Roy Hibbert, Lou Williams, this team can't win more than 20 games in the West, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't want to. I don't. That's why I don't understand their imperative for signing these players.
Yeah, for sure.
So then, I guess onto social media.
Yeah, sure. I basically agree with you with how the Lakers are going to be this year, but social media-wise, I think the most exciting thing for this offseason for the Lakers was Kobe Bryant, when Taylor Swift had a concert at the Staples Center, he gave her a banner for most sold-out shows in a row.
Well,
my feels level is through the roof, and it made me really wonder, like, what is Kobe Bryant's favorite Taylor Swift song? Is it something from 1989? Is it from her older stuff?
No, I feel like he's a 1989 type of gal. He doesn't have the feelings or like the emotional discomfort that's present in Taylor Swift's old stuff. Unless
the Shaq-Kobe relationship could cause some Taylor Swift type drama.
You Belong With Me, when he sang it when he went to the Heat. I don't know. I feel like if anything, if it's from an older thing, then just Mean was about him. She wrote Mean about Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
But if we're talking off 1989, I feel like Kobe's song, I feel like it's got to be Shake It Off.
Shake It Off?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he can go 0 for 10, shake it off.
Just shake it off. Just shake it off. I really feel like that would resonate with him at this point.
I say.
That's Nick Young's theme.
Yeah, maybe Blank Space, but that's a little too crazy for Kobe.
Yeah.
Maybe Out of the Woods.
Ooh, that could be a good one.
Yeah.
Referring to the cheerleaders. Yeah, I don't know. I can tell. Also, another thing that kind of got swept under the rug. Wasn't there an incident between altercation with Kobe and like a 2012 London Olympics cheerleader?
I don't recall that at all.
I remember like hearing it mentioned so vaguely, and they're like, "Yeah, it was just like this other time," and then nobody said anything about it. Nothing was made of it, and it just it went away. I don't know. I could have sworn I heard it during one of the games, but I don't know what they could have meant. I never heard anything. It was gone. It was like a flash in the pan. That's all I got for this team. How about you?
Just keep on thinking of Taylor Swift songs, but maybe that's another topic for another time.
I feel like we could just match. We can do that another time.
We could just do a whole podcast on Taylor Swift songs to NBA players.
That'll be fun. Stay tuned for that one, guys.
Yep.
All right. Until next time, then.
Later.
Hey, thanks for listening to Second Round Steals, our NBA podcast. Please be sure to check out the rest of our 2015-2016 NBA team previews, and stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of different podcasts, probably weekly, and we'll be there every step of the way covering all the drama, great games, great plays, and highlights of the NBA season. So please be sure to check us out on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube for your podcast needs. And stay tuned for more content outside of podcasts, like videos and articles, and even probably live discussions. Thanks for listening.